Cuvée, and this is the come up, reporting live from an undisclosed location. We are going to be going over Bitcoin price predictions in 2026. Gotta say, I'm a little under the weather today, so I won't be on here as long as I normally am. And also, obviously, I'm on the phone right now. So shout out to Blockchain Cowboy, always the first one in the chat. You gotta love it, man. We're not gonna waste too much time. I'll always start on time, 12 noon every Sunday. First one in the chat. Uh-oh, we're gonna have feedback here on the speaker. I will be showing the computer on this screen here, right here. This is the Bitcoin chart. Matter of fact, let's just get right into it. We're looking at 2026 predictions here for Bitcoin. Now, first things first, I'm on the 8-hour chart for Bitcoin. So if you're new, every candle is 8 hours in time, all right? Now, here we are, the weekend right here. This blue line is where the weekend starts. Right here is where the CME gap starts. So in crypto, since it's 24/7, what it is tracking the CME gap. Now, the CME is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So basically, they trade Bitcoin futures, but they close them at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Friday. And I'm in the Pacific time. I'm in Oakland, California. Not right now, but that's where I normally live. And so that's what time it is for me when this happens. Now, this line here tracks when that starts, and then it'll end tonight at 3 p.m. again. So basically, this shows me how strong Bitcoin was on the weekend, right? Clearly, it's been bullish. And then relative to other tickers, because we trade other tickers in the profit circle, you're going to see the difference. Now, I did promise in the thumbnail that we're going to go over 2026 price predictions for Bitcoin. But of course, if you're part of the profit circle, that is my private group, then you know that we trade shitcoins all day long, all the time, 7 days a week. You can always make money in this market. That's what I love about crypto market, 24/7. And I have a lot of strategies. If you're new here, I do a lot of different strategies for trading shitcoins. My favorite is the Wile E. Coyote trade, which I made up that name, or I should say I coined that name based upon a style of trading. We'll get into that. Oh, I gotta say, first things first, this is not financial advice. Nothing I say on my channel is financial advice. You can do your own research. I have to say also I have affiliates, so in the description of this video, I actually don't have it on screen today, but I'm partnered with Breakout Prop, and I'm partnered with Phemex. And so Phemex, we do leverage trading. Breakout Prop is a prop firm where you can get up to $200,000 to trade with someone else's money. Shout out Marlon in the chat. What's going on, man? Marlon's been doing his thing in the profit circle. If you guys don't know, the profit circle is my private group where you can join for free the general chat and chop it up with people in there. Some people trade on Breakout, some people trade on Phemex, some people just looking at different trade ideas. You can post your setups and we'll discuss them in real time. Shout out Toodaloo, new member of the profit circle. I've been talking to Toodaloo. We've been talking about some different trades. It sounds like Toodaloo trades on Breakout Prop as well. And BCH was a bullish ticker that she called out. And I told her at the moment, this is a couple days ago, I was like, I'm not so sure about it at the moment if I'm bullish, but when we have a bullish bias, that is one to definitely look at to go long. And sure enough, it was pumping again today. So credit to that person for giving us that ticker. In the premium side of the profit circle is where you get access to all the goodies, basically. You can get there for 1 month for free by creating an account using my Phemex Cassius Cuvée invite code. It's that way you can get onto the platform without doing, well, there's certain special perks I'm not allowed to tell you, but I'm an official partner with Phemex. So basically you get special perks as well as bonuses. Oh, by the way, too, they got a promotion on Phemex. It's gonna be ending at the end of this year. It's only got a couple more days. All right, so let's get into it here real quick. Let's see. Okay, Marlon has been in the profit circle, another place to do it. Right on, Marlon, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, and he's been posting his setups, taking a look at trades. We discuss it openly, evenly. It's traders only, you guys. There's no nonsense in there. So, yeah, let me tell you again. The premium side, though, we show real trade setups in real time. We're in there 7 days a week. So shout out to all the official wave makers in there, all the verified wave makers. We got the market analysis channel where we discuss the trades. We got bullish tickers, bearish tickers, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, why that matters. When I say bullish and bearish, I mean like relative to Bitcoin, but relative to themselves relative to Bitcoin. Meaning, are they overperforming or underperforming in a given moment of time? And when you see anomalies, arbitrage, whatever you want to call it, something where something is out of character, that's an opportunity to enter a trade. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we're here to make money, man. That's why you're in the profit circle, all right? So let's look at Bitcoin real quick here. Yeah, Marlon's tearing it up in here, man. The team's a real one. Right on, Marlon. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. Let's take a look at the charts real quick here. Now, I'm not gonna be on this long day because I am kind of under the weather today, and there's no music because I'm out and about here. But Bitcoin and 8-hour chart. Now, it's been pretty flat since down here, if you guys are following me, remember I entered this trade way down here. It was just under 85,000. Caught it up, took like 90% of my profit already. Actually still have a little bit in that trade just in case we go to the moon. Now, in the poll for today's show, by January 1st, obviously first of the year, do you think Bitcoin will be above or below 90K? That's up here. That would mean we have to break above this high, maybe not this high. But what I want to show you is we got a little bit of a trading channel here. Now, roughly speaking, it's about right here. Anytime you start your technical analysis, you're going to want to draw some lines of support and resistance. So that's what these lines are here. So I'm going to draw this line here. I like to make mine white for my support and resistance. And we already got this one down here, right? This orange is actually probably a little more realistic. You can tell over here, but this is like support and resistance range. You know, you could call it somewhere between here and here. And what I'm looking for, and I'm going to set an alert actually right here. It's alert. You just click that, add alert. If Bitcoin kisses this price and goes higher, 90,235, that's where I'm going to be seeing if there's a sustained breakout. Maybe we just break out above this last wick right here. If it does, 2026 is going to start, January is going to start bullish. I think that is a realistic scenario. Now, if you guys have been following me, you know I have been pretty bearish, okay? And we've been making some great calls. I've been bearish this whole cycle on meme coins and shit coins. I'm up thousands of % on those. But for Bitcoin alone, Bitcoin is more bullish than most of the tickers in crypto. I think it's conceivable. This is more of a sentiment thing than a chart thing. I think it's conceivable we get a pump in early January. And I'm going to tell you why. Some of it has to do with tax loss harvesting. Some of it has to do with just general sentiment and seasonality. But also, if we are looking at the charts, we've been pretty flat here since way over here, which was, well, this is, Tom Crown called it 6 months prior to this. He said this is when we would end the bull run, which was December 2nd. We've been chopping around flat in this trading range since then. I mean, pretty clearly, right? All the way straight, sideways, up and down. This actually turns out to be kind of the mid-level range. I don't necessarily think we're going above this 94K here. I have to see it to believe it. But obviously, we got to get above 90K first. Super flat chop since here. When it had this anomaly to the downside here and we bounced immediately, I took my profit. I haven't done much trading in the last week because of that, right? This is a weekend here, this is a weekend here. It's like, well, what are we looking at here? Like nothing is really going on too much. Now, if you zoom in and you're doing your scalping strategy, there's opportunities every day. My general sentiment is lower, blockchain cowboy. I agree with you. However, I think Bitcoin can get a bid, and I'll tell you why. So I discussed in the profit circle, I explained what tax loss harvesting is. So first of all, let's look at the NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ on the 8-hour chart is the same as the NASDAQ on the daily chart because they trade only during business hours, obviously. What I'm looking at here on the NASDAQ, it looked like there was kind of a double top here, and I drew this line like starting way over here, and it's interesting that it dropped sooner than that, and now it's come back, and now it's stopped right here on this line as of Sunday, right? So tomorrow, the NASDAQ is going to open December 29th. What happens a lot of times is that people will take profit on their trades before the end of the year because of what's called tax loss harvesting. And so they want to close out their position, especially if they're at a loss, like in crypto. And then they get to basically write off that loss against their gains. And then when the new year starts, they'll buy it back. So that is one reason why sometimes you get a bump on January 1st. And, it's one of those things that you just have to have experience to know about. It's not a guarantee that's going to happen, but it adds to the layers of potential positive sentiment. And, if you're a betting man, which we are because we're traders, everything is risk management and bankroll management, how you set up a trade, but potentially you could go long. Now, look, we've had some, I pulled up this one because we've had some upside. We've had some upside in the QQQ, which is the NASDAQ 100. The trend's your friend till the end. Did it reject right off of here? It kind of looks like it did, to be honest with you, right? Like this was a lower high, right? This peak was a lower high than this peak, which was the all-time high. Super dip, pretty strong recovery, but these are stocks, okay, not crypto. Another super dip, bounced again. This could be the high. Tax loss harvesting alone may not make this pump any higher. Not only that, specifically, tax loss harvesting didn't start with crypto. That's a stock market thing. What if there ain't no tax loss harvesting because there ain't nobody at a loss, right? like, look how much money you made if you just invested in the S&P 500. I mean, god damn, this shit has gone up hella fucking much this year, right? Like over here, this is down here in April. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like this year has been incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just unbelievable. So they're not tax loss harvesting, but guess what? Maybe they're taking some damn profits. So you know, bull runs do have a pause or an end. There is such a thing as a bear market. I know people aren't used to that shit in the stock market, but god damn, this shit's been wild. So the problem is, if the stock market rolls over, crypto's gonna get fucking wrecked. All right. We're like lucky. Look, Bitcoin's going sideways this whole time. Meanwhile, the NASDAQ was pumping, right? When we go back to NASDAQ, right? So as you can see, relative to the NASDAQ, crypto is dog shit. So I always, this cycle, especially since the top, I've got a bearish bias on Bitcoin generally speaking. But in the profit circle, we do short-term trading. So I'm looking at it day to day. We're in there 7 days a week. If I'm a gambling man, which I am, we might see a dip and then a pump. So anyways, first we got to look at the NASDAQ, which is technically on an uptrend. We'll know more tomorrow. You can wait. It's okay to wait on a Monday. See what happens, okay? This is the hourly chart. You know, I ran to this line. It really did get rejected off this line that I've drawn since 1027. That's what this says, 1027. It was a pre-market level. And basically, look how much it jumped to 1028, right? This has been a line of support resistance multiple times since I drew this, right? You can kind of see right here. That was a little range. So now, we could potentially Monday have a drop, in which case that might be a buying opportunity. So where will we drop to potentially? Okay, this is just a potential. This is a total shot in the dark based upon I'm looking at momentum waves here. This is the 1 hour chart. Momentum waves, I'd probably go a little bit higher time frame on that because 1 hour chart's not much. But it's hard to say because when you have sideways action, you don't really know what's going to happen. My point is this: I'm not buying or selling anything right now in crypto. I want to see what happens. I just think that it's possible we get a dip here for tax loss harvesting. How low we go, I don't know. Bitcoin just go like, you see how much it moved down here. You could just get a quick epic crash in one day. We touch this line again. I tell you what, if we get down below 85K again quickly, like one of these candles like we do over here, I probably would be a buyer right here and hope for a bounce. I would watch it. I want to see my momentum waves. That's when I would be zoomed into the 1 hour chart, and I would be taking a look to see what's going on when we get there. Like, are we looking at momentum waves bottoming out like we were here? That's how my mind works when I'm looking at when I enter a trade. But this is potential now. I want to see it in real time when I get there. I would be going. So then, though, that's just tomorrow, right? So the next day, you might get, because the next day, so the market's closed on New Year's Day, so they reopen on the 2nd. And somewhere around then, that day, Bitcoin, of course, is open. That's where I might be looking to take along. And how high will it go? That's one of those ones that I'll tell you when we get there. That's why you should keep watching me. And you say, well, why do you say that? Well, sure, I can do TA on the price chart. But for me, I always say this is 80% of the cake, and up here is just the frosting. I got to look at Market Cipher B down here. So shout out CryptoFace and Market Cipher B, because down here is where you're going to find out the direction that price is telling you. So right now, super flat in the year's holidays is to be expected, low volume. But what you're looking for is if something rolls over like this to match the one up there, and then it comes like that, we're going to be entering down here at the bottom. That's basically what we're looking for to go long. So I need this to coordinate with this. Now let me check the chat real quick. Looks like, oh my God, I got a super chat from Kristen. Wow, thank you so much. Man, she gave me the biggest chat last time too. So, okay, last time it was like whoever gave the biggest super chats, we got to see what ticker they want me to trade live. I'm not live trading today, so I guess Kristen has to come back next week again to tell me what ticker she wants to trade live, and it's going to be her choice right there. Okay, so let me see real quick. Maria Bridges, so hold on, we're going to come back to me real quick. I got to catch up here. So can you explain the swing failure pattern? That's what that looks like to me. The thing about this is that I don't see any patterns right now, bro. I just see sideways action, blockchain cowboy. I can't really make heads or tails out of this pattern. I mean, I can zoom in and scalp all the time, which is why I like scalping, but I can't even tell, man. So I can't even explain that to you in this case. Swing failure pattern. I'm not even sure what that means in this case right now. Let me see here. So, hey, live, final curse, live. Hey, you're live. That's right. Okay, Maria Bridges. Why do some use NASDAQ and others use Russell? Okay, that's a fair question. So, the reason people use I say the NASDAQ because that is the correlation that I have been seeing. So, I'll look at the camera. So, this is a good question. All right, so I'm Cassius Cuvée. I'm the trader. We all have our own approach. Is there anything wrong with using the Russell? No. I will tell you why they use the Russell, though. So, just so you guys know, I have the background in trading stocks. The Russell 2000 is the micro caps of the stock market, which, in theory, kind of mimics crypto, because crypto is micro cap, right? It's not as big as the stock market, right? The NASDAQ is obviously bigger, especially the NASDAQ 100, right? But the theory is this: The low liquidity stuff, like when interest rates do certain things, like the traditional thinking is that, if you lower interest rates, then crypto and speculative assets, micro caps, those are going to outperform the upside. That has been the traditional thinking kind of old though. But in this cycle specifically, I have seen by far, hands down, the most correlation with the NASDAQ. That is what I have been seeing. I've been right about it this whole entire cycle. We're going to red day in the NASDAQ, crypto's going to plummet. I've been right this whole cycle for over 2 years now. So to me, I'm using the NASDAQ. You could use the Russell. I just have not seen as much positive correlation with the Russell. It was lagging a lot this year when the NASDAQ was pumping. And of course, on the upside when everything's pumping, crypto pumps extra hard. So I thought, in my opinion, that looking at the Russell would not have been as much of a positive correlation as it has been with the NASDAQ. And the way I'm using the NASDAQ specifically is the relative bullish versus relative bearish of Bitcoin and crypto. So if the NASDAQ pumps, basically crypto can pump. It's a little bit hard to say, but for sure if the NASDAQ dumps, crypto is going to tank. So, the Russell can sometimes be a little more of an anomaly because there's smaller caps and like weird shit can happen. But the reason why people say that is because it's microcaps, and in theory, it's supposed to be more in line with crypto because those are also microcaps. So that would be the reason why people do that in general. Okay, a journey of faith. Can you please check IBO Biomedical? I'm assuming that's a stock. We're not going to do stocks in here today. Maybe next time I'll pull that one up. Let me see. Kristen says she'll be there. Word, says Blockchain Cowboy. Okay, hey Cass, did you have a good Christmas? I appreciate it, Final Curse. I did have a good Christmas. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram. I was spending with my niece and nephew, bench pressing them and I was using them as as workout equipment that day, doing push-ups with them on my back and stuff. Appreciate it. And I hope everyone else out there had a great Christmas too. Look, right behind me, I got a sign that's in reverse. It says good vibes in cursive, so I definitely want to set up the show here. So good vibes to all. Okay, Maria says, thanks so much for a great explanation. Okay, Toodaloo, right on, Maria Toodaloo in the house. That's right. Thanks for a new member to the Profit Circle. Shout out to Lou being active. But let's take a look right here at the charts. Like I said, I'm not going to be as long today just because I'm a little under the weather. I don't know if you guys can tell I'm kind of sick, but definitely big Happy New Year to all. Let me say from down here. I'm looking at you. Happy New Year to all, and also Merry Christmas. So for sure. All right, that was kind of my Bitcoin play. Now, this is what I want to talk about since you're on here, okay? Toodaloo called out BCH. Great call, and it was a bullish ticker. I want to pull that one up because I pull over here. I did put it in the bullish ticker list in the Profit Circle, which I hadn't had it in there for a while, but it had been bullish pretty much this whole cycle, and I want to pull it up again. Where the hell? Here it is. And you can clearly see, right? This is the 8 hour, or we'll put it on the daily for BCH. I mean, this is a bullish ticker. So, your instincts are correct. I mean, this looks more like the NASDAQ than Bitcoin or anything else, right? We're talking about correlations here. So, it peaked over here. This is December when everything else tanked. But on its recovery since April, back up here, right? Everything kind of pumped here, and then a lot of stuff tanked here. This one has been counter trend. This one has been bullish relative when everything else was dropping right here. So BCH, if you're on a day or a moment in time that you think that we're going to have a bullish narrative, like you think the NASDAQ's going to pump that day or whatever, there's nothing wrong going bullish this ticker, man. I mean, this is one of them ones. And the reason why I have to call it out is because we don't have as many bullish tickers. Most of our shit is bearish, So this is definitely on the bullish ticker list if you have a bullish bias. For the weekend precisely, one thing we have seen countless, and this is just showing you another ticker just going straight down, right? Like you see how bullish BCH has been. But let me go back to BTC, or actually APT we were trading the Profit Circle, right? These tickers get above their skis so badly on the weekend, and then they come all the way down. I recall this one out as a potential Wile E. Coyote trade. It looks like that's basically what happened. Got over its skis. And remember Blockchain Cowboy, we talked about this. I was like, it's going down. I didn't want to chase it down. I think Toodaloo mentioned it too, actually, APT first, actually. And I was like, I don't want to chase it down. I made that video. I hope that video came through with sound, by the way. I was like, but if it pumps again, I said maybe we'll re-enter right here. And actually, that turned out to be the top, roughly, where I drew that line. And, you'd be green right now if you caught that retrace. But again, we were early in the weekend. That's also what I said. So sure, maybe someone caught it over here, which would have been about midnight today. If you caught it back over here, you'd be green. And that's playing out correctly. The weekend's not over yet, but, like we said, these coins, they pump on the weekend and then they dump by Monday. And that's pretty much what kind of happened. Oh, thanks, Blockchain Cowboy. Right on. Yeah, I'm going to feel better. You guys probably hear it in my voice. Man, this was an epic one. We call that. I was like, look, we got to take some profit here on the way up and be ready for the dump on the way down. But, bro, this is like a boring week, right? So, I mean, my prediction is that I already gave my prediction that Bitcoin may get a bump on January 1st and 2nd. But I think that initially, if the NASDAQ decides to pull back on Monday, which will be tomorrow, Bitcoin will dump. Hopefully it'll give us that good entry and then you go long. Now, if the NASDAQ is bullish on Monday, more than sideways, again, it's okay. Sometimes the best trade is no trade. We can wait and see what's going to happen. I'm an opportunist, though. I want to look for those Wile E. Coyote trade setups. Something that gets over his skis, something that doesn't make sense. And that's where APT comes in. This is one of my favorite tickers to short. So, again, a great call out by Toodaloo because, this is one of my favorite ones. And it looks like, it was right idea. We just had to wait for the right timing. And that's what you do, right? You find a ticker that you want to trade. You're used to the price action. There's hundreds, thousands of tickers you can trade on here. I got my list of about 200, and then, whatever one I'm looking at, I move them back up to Bitcoin's my little system here. I kind of have Bitcoin in the NASDAQ right here, Ethereum, and then I kind of start going down. Atom was one. Let's see what Atom did. Same idea. I was calling out Atom as a potential Wile E. Coyote short, and it looks like, if someone got in on one of these candles, sure, they made it back down again. Wait for that momentum reverse by looking at Market Cipher B right here. And that's basically my general premise on how I like to trade. And that's also why we have the profit circle. So, the point of the profit circle is to have a collective of people in there calling out trades. Not everyone can look at every ticker every day. So it's cool. Someone say, hey, look at this one. It's doing this right now. That's why we have the profit circle. So that way, it's like, oh, I didn't even see that one. It doesn't mean buy it right now or sell it right now. What it means is put it on the radar, put it on the watch list, set your alerts. So that way, if it does hit a certain price or if Market Cipher B shows you that momentum is reversing, you can set an alert on the red and green dots. So it's to tell you when a reversal is happening on whatever time frame you want. And it alerts you to start watching it. And then to me, I'm an active trader. I want to enter in real time. Right when I see momentum rolling over, right when I see all the wind in my back, I'm looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's already dropping, and I want to short this ticker. Now is a good time. It's just lagging. It's doing the Wile E. Coyote. It's hanging out over the cliff. It doesn't know it's supposed to fall yet. And then eventually, boom, it goes straight down, and you catch that big win in a short amount of time. That is the premise behind the Wile E. Coyote trade. If that was the only trade I did, I could probably make a lot of money. I also have my scalping strategy, which is solely based on, I will go over this real quick. It's solely based on Market Cipher B momentum waves. So what I do is on the 1 hour, and I like it on a ticker more than Bitcoin, something that has a little more volatility. We'll look at APT real quick. And it may not always work as good, but basically you're trading with the trend on the 1 hour here, and then I'll zoom in to the 10-minute chart. Let's actually look at it in real time here. So if I was gonna scalp APT right now, okay, perfect. I'm seeing a green candle right here on the 1 hour chart. When this officially turns green, it's kind of two approaches to this. When this dot officially turns green, I'm going to zoom into the 10-minute, and I'm going to see that it's turning green. I'm going to enter the 10-minute trade there. I'm going to ride it up. I'm going long is what that means because it's green, it's going up. I'm going to ride it. The moment that the 10-minute has a red dot, I'm getting out. I'm not chasing that. I'm not fighting it, I should say. Take your profit, even if it's only a little bit, because you don't want to lose when this comes back down. We don't know if it's going to go all the way down, start a new trend, or if it's going to be a little ebb and flow. You get back in once it turns green again. It's really that simple. It's like you identify the trend on the 1 hour chart, and then you're just in and out of the 10-minute waves. That's it. Maybe it's 9 minutes, maybe it's 5 minutes, whatever minutes you want. I just think you get too many signals. When you go to the lower time frame, you're just going to get more signals. So that's why 10 minutes, but basically 10 minutes is the hard line in the sand. And don't fight a 10-minute wave, because a 10-minute wave, price can just shoot all the way up and get back all your gains, you get stopped out, you'll lose money. So that's my 1 hour, 10-minute strategy. In a nutshell, really, my voice is not doing so good, so I'm not going to go into much more than that. But appreciate the chat. You guys have been real, man. Rock with me all year. Listen, I didn't start live streaming until this year, 2025. I've been in crypto and trading since 2020. This is before 2020, but I was a hardcore trader in 2020. These were stocks at first. 2021 is when I got into crypto. And I've been hardcore ever since, especially last year. I started fucking with Market Cipher at the beginning of 2024. I got a system. It's working great. And, ultimately, you're going to develop your own system. But I just appreciate all the love and support. Everybody's been rocking with me this whole year. I'm rocking with you. If you guys know, you follow me on Twitter, you say some things about me, you retweet me, I'm going to repost you. You know what I mean? I'm not one of these people who I'm too good to speak. You know what I'm saying? Some of these big influencers and shit, they act like they're the shit because they got some followers that they bought or some shit like that. I don't do that. I'm fucking with the ones who fucks with me. So you repost my shit on Twitter, I'm going to be reposting your stuff. You feel me? So I'm going to be a real one with anybody who's real with me. So anyways, too, we all try to make money, bro. You know what I'm saying? People want to come and do all this shit. No, man. We're trying to make money. So we joined a profit circle. we say, what you looking at? What you got? What's going on? You know, what you said? Okay, let me look at that. Okay, I'm not feeling that one right now, but maybe I'm gonna check on it later. You know, I sent some alerts. Like I've won plenty of trades based upon what other members put in the group. So it's not just me posting setups. Gotta give a big shout out to Blueberry. He's doing his thing. FXG, he's been doing his thing, posting a lot of setups. So we appreciate all the wave makers. You know what I'm saying? Who posting setups. Marlon's doing his thing. So you know. We want everybody to contribute. If you got something to contribute, by all means, you know what I'm saying? Put it in there, and I'm gonna shout you out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you the credit. Say, hey, I got this trade from so and so posted on this date. I started looking at it. Boom, it was a winner. You know, and you know that's what we all doing there is we share information. So Profit Circle, the link is in my bio. It says join the private Discord group. Become a verified wave maker. All you got to do is create an account with my Phemex invite code. You get special perks. Also, the end of year promotion right now. Great time to join Phemex right now. They have campaigns. We earn bonuses, cashback bonuses. Phemex is the only leverage trading platform I use. And right now, Breakout Prop is the only prop firm trading platform I use. If you want to save money on evaluation for Breakout Prop, at checkout, just use my invite code, GGRF7W, and it saves money right off any evaluation. So check that out. Next year, big plans for next year. I'm going to be doing more giveaways. I'm going to be doing webinars for brand new traders, people who are really brand new. I know we jump in here, we talk about the markets, but not everybody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. So I want to do stuff, the basic stuff. Some of you guys may not even want to check in on it, but we're doing more contests for sure. In the Profit Circle, stay active. There is a tracking system that gives experience points, and you get to level up the more active you are in there. So Toodaloo, you've already probably been seeing yourself level up in there. You know, anybody who's new is active, jump in, and I randomly do giveaways for people who've been active in the chats. I'll be giving away a lot more monthly subscriptions for the premium version of the Profit Circle. I want to do it organized, which is why I just start today. Sometimes you guys have been seeing me live, like, you know what, Marlon, you get a free month. I said that when I was in Miami, you know, free month in a premium, you know. So sometimes for the moment, but I want to be a little more organized with it. And then also I'm going to have contests for those people who retweet and repost my stuff the most. Now, if you guys know, when it comes to trading and finance, you can't really run like ads or anything like that. It's really word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? So like I count on you guys to help get the word of mouth out there about the Profit Circle, how we help each other, and use my invite code to save yourself some money on Breakout Prop and Phemex also. So I appreciate you guys. I want to always reward you guys. I've actually got a great idea for a give back for the people who do super chats. Keep super chatting is all I'm saying. Super chats like tips or whatever on YouTube. Keep doing that. But I'm going to be setting up a new system next year where I do like a give back for the super chat. So for people who give me the super chat, I'm gonna reward someone in my chat as a winner, but they'll be in the Discord group where we announce the winner and give back what I've got in the super chats. So anyways, man, we're gonna do some things for some real ones. Yeah, Marlon says he won for real, was shocked. He's like, hey, man, I keep it real, man. I want to get back to the community. Look, here's the thing. My goal is not to extract value from you. It's to teach you how to trade. But I'll be honest with you, I want you to use my Phemex referral code and trade under the account with my code, and Phemex will pay me. So you guys ain't got to pay me. I just want you to win and keep trading. I mean, it's a win-win. That's basically how the business model works as far as the referral business. I don't mind telling you because it behooves me to teach you how to win. You see what I'm saying? I want you to win. The more trades you win, the more I win. We eat together, man. That's why it's the Profit Circle. You feel me? So, you know, shout out to the wave makers who've been killing it this year. 2024 was a great year for us. I didn't really start live streaming until Q2. I didn't even really have the Profit Circle until shortly after that. I've been in trading a long time, but I never had started to build the community, and honestly, it's been great. So I love y'all. I fucked with y'all. And also, look out for more raps and music videos about the wave makers. Just yesterday, Blueberry's posted some good movies. He posted Rogue Trader, which I have not seen. I want to see that one. But he also posted Trading Places. And it's one of my all-time favorite movies. For sure, one of Eddie Murphy's greatest movies, Trading Places. And, you know, it's about the stock exchange, the hilarious movie. But I actually wrote a rap about Trading Places. If you guys don't know, I've been on CNBC's Fast Money a couple times. And I wrote a rap about the main people on CNBC, Melissa Lee and Guy Adami and stuff. I had Guy Adami on my show, Poppin' Crypto. So I wrote a rap where I'm explaining all the characters from their TV show to the movie Trading Places and how they're like related. And so anyways, it's kind of had some fun with that. I posted in the Profit Circle. You guys can see the rap. But then Blueberry was like, you should make a movie about the wave makers that's like Trading Places. I said, man, don't test me. I'm the one who will really do it. I'm crazy enough to do it. So please like and subscribe and share this out with some people. I think 2026 is gonna be a huge year for us, and we're gonna make some real money, man. Also, the other thing I'm gonna do, one last thing, I'm gonna be trying out that Breakout Prop $200,000 channel. I have not tried one of the turbos. you can get $200,000. So I need to make a new video on their new rules. They got the new they basically changed the rules a little bit. So I want to make a new video on the rules for Breakout Prop and my strategy behind passing evaluation with the new rules, and then how you can make a lot more money off that $200,000 account even than $100,000. I think I could double everything. So like you could withdraw thousands of dollars every day doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I might do that too. I just been so busy. I'm trying to make content. I'm trying to get everything out. And I'm working on the music video. So shout out to my man Loudmouth. Oh, Jesse's in the house. What's going on, Jesse? We're wrapping it up here, man, because I'm a little under the weather. So I'll probably be wrapping it up pretty soon. But shout out to Loudmouth. We're doing a music video. Let's Go is the name of the song. It's out now. So Let's Go, streaming everywhere. You can put it behind your Instagram videos or whatever you want. Make sure you stream the song Let's Go. 2026 is going to be huge. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Let's see. Maria Bridget. Okay, I was checking out your copy trade on Phemex while your current trades look great. ZK, yeah. So I got some good open trades right now. The copy trade, yeah. So copy trading on Phemex is going to be big this year. I've been kind of keeping it under the radar because I've been more focused on Breakout Prop, but that's what I'm going to be doing bigger this year. I got some real secret shit I'm working on that. We could really get paid as a collective there. So yeah, you can copy trade me on Phemex. That's pretty easy. They facilitate everything. You just put some money into the account, and then whatever trades I make on that copy trading account, you get the same percentage that I make, except apply to your bankroll. So if I got 5,000 in there and you got 500, it's just the same percentage. You might have 50,000. Doesn't matter. But yeah, check it out. Appreciate you, Maria. That's pretty much all I got for today. I gotta go blow my nose and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always keep it real with y'all. So happy freaking New Year, you guys. I don't know. I might start doing some impromptu lives too. You never know, man. Some late night trading. I just set up the camera and we just go. But next year's going to be big. So bring it in. The new year, 2026 is our fucking year, wave makers. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, Jesse, man, shout out. Thanks for the chat in euros too, baby. We international in this thing. Next week, Jesse, you're going to tell me what ticker you want me to trade, and we're going to trade your ticker too, man. I always got to do it big for the super chats. Like I say in Bitcoin Bestie with Randy Hipper, I say, special shout out to the last tipper, Bitcoin Bestie, Randy Hipper. That shoe fit like a glass slipper. All right, yes, I appreciate you, Maria. I'm going to get better soon. Blockchain Cowboy always holding me down. Shout out to Jesse and Marlon. All the wave makers you tap in every day, 7 days a week. We doing it big. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. New music gonna be coming. New music video gonna be coming for Let's Go. 2026 is our year, wave makers. Let's get it. That's all I got for you guys today, man. Peace. Thanks for joining me.